I'm sorry.
Not like everybody hasn't seen or heard the music video or the songs.
It's a good song. It's just, it's just a good song.
I remember the first time that Maria heard that, she's like, wait a minute, what?
What are they saying?
And I'm like, see, this is my friend Rob right here. She's just like, oh my god, that's so funny.
We're already started.
Yeah. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Welcome back from the holidays. This is our first
episode of
table.
2015.
Yeah. One of 2015.
I'm getting some weird underlight.
Yeah, because the table's on full blast, Roger.
It's not on full blast, actually.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. Is that better?
Drop one.
Is this...
2 feet. There we go.
This is how we're doing it.
Alright. What is that?
It's okay. No.
Oh, you just keep going.
That was part of the... You were just part of the filming process,
We got the behind the scenes.
Apparently our table light was too bright and was underlighting us like we're in the Blair Witch Project. Ghost Witch Project.
So are we continuing to number them in succession, or are we starting over with 2015 number 1?
No, because we started in 2013.
Well,
so we're on episode...
50-something.
I don't know.
So you guys know how we do it here. You guys submit questions in previous videos. Those get collected, compiled, and put in our helm of reasoning for us to answer. Do you want to start us off? First question of 2015. The nerves. I'm sorry.
I don't know why. It's you know what it is even though we had yesterday off, the first.
Yes.
It feels like Monday
Doesn't
again.
it?
And I
does
feel
like
tired and I just want to go home.
Yep.
Luckily I have a Saturday and Sunday. So what is your favorite player style? And this is asked by IAXMan1427.
Okay.
We actually were just discussing Airsoft because you're going to go to Forge.
Tomorrow.
And maybe I'll go... I wasn't invited, though.
I don't think it's an invitation thing.
I know, but I feel bad. Don't understand. I'm just kidding. No, I'll probably be busy.
Just go play Airsoft.
I know, but...
Just go shoot at kids.
You just going to use a pistol?
Yeah.
I'm tempted then.
I mean, it's Forge. The engagement distance is just so
I know, it's
small
so small.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to
Plus,
go.
I don't have a rifle that'll... I could take the 416. Maximum high speed.
I don't have a gun that shoots 350 right now. My GBB is in the shop.
So your favorite shooting style?
Oh.
Or player style?
Player style. CQB is your favorite?
I guess, would that be game type? My favorite?
Well, player style, I don't know. I like to go into houses and shoot people.
Okay. Go in houses and shoot people.
Yeah, I think room to room or that kind of, so like fast-paced, even though I'm not very fast anymore, is definitely my style. I don't like support gunner. That's boring. I don't like sniping.
I have an issue with patience. I'm not an effective sniper because I don't know how to.
We're both very much alike.
Yeah.
We both just we're
to be
impatient.
up in your face and clearing corners and moving very quickly. But yeah. Oh yeah. All right, this one is from John Jack. Dear Insert, Halo guns? ? What's going on? ? We have been waiting. Period.
And the question mark is just going to have to continue.
They are a thing.
Was it that? It seriously was the Armory video, and I don't even think we intended to. We left it in
think
there.
we forgot that it was on the wall.
But we didn't really do it on purpose.
So they were a thing.
It's going to be one of those things where you might see it around, but it's going to be hard to find.
Yeah.
That makes
There's a
any
whole
sense.
licensing thing that goes with products that are from video games because there's creative licensing that's on them. And so sometimes they don't get approval from the creators of said games. So
that's the best way to describe it to you, is they are out there.
Yeah, just
but
stay tuned.
They're not going to be on the website anytime soon.
Right.
For right now. Yeah. More information will come out hopefully in the next few months, but we'll see.
maximum vague. Okay.
I'm being vague. I'm sorry. I know people are like, what the heck?
Just
But
realized I'm not wearing my
yes, by the way, thank you, Wicked Wear. I bought this shirt though, but I like this shirt a lot. I got you one as well.
I know, I forgot to put it on. Now I feel...
It's okay. Like, this way you can wear yours next week,
Okay.
and I could wear something else,
There you go.
and that way we're not just, yeah. All right, we have Nicholas Whitening. Dear Evike, Matt, and George, and possible guests, I'm a huge fan of the show. If you could have any superpower, what would it be, and how would you use it to help you in Airsoft specifically? I want to fly.
Okay.
Okay. I want to fly for 2 reasons. One, it'd be fun in Airsoft. You're like, you know what? I got to go respawn.
True.
And you're back in the game. You don't have to, that effortless.
Yeah, true.
And also, I hate traffic. I would much rather wake up 5 minutes before I have to get to work and just fly here from Glendale.
Okay.
Or if I could fly even faster than a plane, that means I could live somewhere else other than California.
Just living in the Ozarks and then coming to work.
No, I wouldn't live like really far away. I just wouldn't live in California anymore.
Oh, okay. I think I would like the ability of telepathy.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Twofold.
Okay, how would this help
In
you?
Airsoft, it would be beneficial because I would be able to predict. Well, I could be able to read someone's mind and know where they were going. Mm-hmm. And also, when they were going to pop out, before they were going to pop out, so I could be ready.
Uh-huh.
Not that necessarily help my shots at all, but it would give me that extra edge of being able to predict.
So you're like wall hacking then.
Yeah, basically, wall hacks. Yeah, and then telepathy, just in general, is one of those superpowers that is almost unbeatable.
I can't imagine. I imagine that you would be. You want it for Airsoft, but you also want it.
Oh yeah,
in real life.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like I want to be able to not have to deal with traffic.
Yeah, go up to the Starbucks girl like, hey, and then put something in her mind, and then get free drinks. Yep.
Nice.
That's what I would do with it. Free Starbucks drinks.
Free Starbucks.
How I would use my superpower.
Damn, you're messed up.
Yeah. All right. Come on. Okay.
You can do it.
This one was asked by QES Hunter. Kiss Hunter.
Kiss Hunter.
Dear Ensert, what are your hobbies besides Airsoft? Good question.
Good question. What's your hobby, Matt? Hobbies.
The thing about Airsoft, like many hobbies that are of a electronic nature, can be expensive. And so it's difficult to have other hobbies as well as Airsoft. I did RC cars before I did Airsoft, and that was another really expensive hobby. And, there's a huge amount of stuff you could buy and upgrade and get into, and parts were, needing replaced and things. And so I ultimately gave up RC cars for Airsoft. But then as I got older, because, I was driving and I found a love for cars. And so that's kind of my other hobby is automobiles, cars, fixing them up, modifying them, and maintaining them, and driving mostly. And then in my spare time, I play pool, billiards. Play
He's
a lot
a good
of
pool player.
I'm okay.
You're a good pool player.
I'm okay.
You're a good pool player in my eyes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
For the APA players out there, I'm a solid 4. I'm a low 5, but I try to keep myself at a 4.
Yeah. All right. See, my wife always complains about how I have too many hobbies. So I have Airsoft. I play hockey still. So there's 2 hobbies. Both are very expensive hobbies.
No kidding. But both physical activities.
Both physical activities. I don't do either enough of those. Let me see. I do play video games, but I really don't play that many video games anymore. Kind of got burnt out.
Gets old.
I don't play first-person shooters anymore. I think they just kind of all died. I used to, when I was in college, I would be playing every night with big group of friends. Like, we'd do LANs, all sorts of weird stuff, but don't really do that anymore. So that doesn't really count.
Okay.
I do gear making on my own stuff. I do some gear stuff, making gear. Some people know that about me. Some people don't.
And now everybody knows.
And now some people out there know. Maybe that'll give you some hints of where some gear comes from.
Any other hobbies?
I used to ski. I used to whitewater kayak.
Wow.
The Whitewater was years ago, though, like 10 years now. Same. I haven't skied in a few years, but I used to be really good skiing.
Nice. I don't know how to ski or snowboard for that matter.
I used to be a ski instructor. I could teach.
Really?
You. Yeah. I did that for a winter when I was in college. That's how I hurt my right knee the first time.
Oh. To be honest, I'm really not.
That was my first injury ever. It was when I was 19, and it was on my day off, and I was I had a routine set up for like depending on the snow conditions, and it was usually fresh powder would mean mogul day or free terrain, and then if it was a non-fresh powder day, like it was just a groom day, I'd do speed skiing. And I went up and it was snowing, and I wanted to speed ski. I was just like, I'm speed skiing today. Well, not a good idea because problem is when fresh powder happens, especially when it's like really light fresh powder, it's not amazing snow to ski on. I mean, it is fresh powder, but you can't. Your skis depress about an inch in. You don't know what's underneath that inch, so I hit a rock and rolled a couple times.
Did not know that.
Yeah, that's how I hurt. And that's pretty much after that. Both my knees were really injury prone after that incident. Sadly, wow. I know.
At least you didn't hit a tree. Right? I mean, that's the important thing.
I have skied in that area though.
Oh god,
hit a tree. Sorry, that was a side tangent. That was your question.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just went over all these hobbies. I'm just
He was
like
trying to get me to go snowboarding, and I just don't have any interest.
See, the thing is, I tried snowboarding once, and I grew up skiing. Like I grew up on it. Like where I lived, ski resorts were 30 minutes away. I grew up on it, and then when snowboarding became really popular, I tried it. I tried it for a half a day, and I'm like, no, I'd rather not be on the bunny slopes. I want to be skiing diamonds.
Well, that's the one time I ever went. I went with my brothers when I was like 13.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, let's go snowboarding. You want to come with us? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, we'll teach you. I was like, yeah, great. They took me up, put me at the top of the bunny slope, and left me for 4 hours. So I spent 4 hours going up and down, sliding down on my butt. I was like, nah, not for me.
I gotta teach my wife how to ski. So
this question, it's not even a question. Okay, Evan Borsich asks, Dear Insert, firstly, my last name is Borsich. It's pronounced Borsich. And we haven't included the rest of the question.
How'd that happen?
Evan, I'm sorry. I'm sure you had a great question.
I'm sure you did. And I'm sure it got cut off. I'm sure we'll be able to find the other half of it somewhere.
Smoke and Ace asks, Dear Insert, if you had to turn an F-150 into an ultimate airsoft tank, what would you do to it? I wouldn't use an F-150.
Oh, yeah, he is not a Ford guy.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I know
that
you are.
part of it.
I am in a Ford family, so...
Okay, so here's my thinking. There is a reason resistance forces worldwide use Toyota pickups, as well as like
okay, you
tier
lost
one
me.
operators.
You lost me at Toyota, man. Like seriously?
Wow. Well, I'm just
I mean,
saying,
even my dad drives a Tundra, but it doesn't mean I like it.
I'm just saying, like old school 80s and 90s Toyotas are indestructible.
Oh yeah, I used to have an old Nissan, but I mean it. Honestly, I don't think a truck is the right thing to convert into an airsoft vehicle.
Well, I mean,
anyway.
you could stand in the bed. I get like you can armor up the bed and have like a gunner's post.
Yeah, but I think like the better vehicles that I've seen that have been converted from civilian vehicles have usually been a Toyota 4Runner. And I just gave Toyota props there, and that's probably because there's no 4 Explorers, still running of a nature that, But then again, the other very popular one is the Suburban.
True.
I don't like to give Chevy props a huge amount of times, but the Suburban,
Chevy all the way,
the old Suburbans are pretty much indestructible. And once you get that motor running right, it's really hard to break.
Yeah, as long as you don't use the 76 or the 454, because
well,
they had horrible radiators and you had to.
So what would we do to it? We just armor, armor it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably use plywood for the walls because plywood's replaceable and it's easily attached and detached.
Better tires
with a nice like a tubular steel frame, like a maybe like an 1.5-inch diameter, 1.5-inch square tubing, that you could attach plywood walls to, so you had at least some protection for your shooter. You really don't need to do much else to it. Paint it green.
Or tan.
Or tan, yeah.
All right.
I get so much hate for bashing on Ford. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't take offense. Now, my wife, on the other hand, would take offense. See, I don't care. I'm married into a Ford family, whereas my, father-in-law used to work for Ford. My brother-in-law works for Ford. It just goes on, That's the way it is in Michigan, is, everybody works for one of the 3 major auto companies.
Gotcha.
So, it's just what happens.
I think we can both agree, though, Mopar.
Yeah. I see Duncan92. Hey, insert and potential guest. Love the show and the themed idea. What is the most dangerous field event you've ever been to? We're going to start... while we're on the subject, we're going to do some house cleaning things for the new year.
Okay.
With discussing questions that have been answered before. But, I mean, what is the most dangerous place you've played Airsoft? Might not actually be what you expect. I think... Wasn't the oil rig thing or that oil field that you guys played at with the corridor guys
It was pretty
dangerous?
sketchy.
It was pretty dangerous in a sense that there was some areas that you could really get injured. I mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was rusted metal and pipes and things everywhere. It was nothing. It was not for an airsoft event. It was just something we went out to play. We had permission from the owner of the property. That was super dangerous because we didn't have any staff there that were really watching out for the hazards and things. But a lot of the fields that we play at, especially like the old abandoned such and suches, they've got broken glass and things that nails sticking out of boards.
Red Storm West was pretty dangerous. George Air Force Base
can be dangerous.
Can be pretty dangerous, especially if you're not paying attention.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the lights out game at was it Ironclad where the kid fell through the open hatch?
That was at Irene. 2 years.
That was at
ago.
Irene.
It was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
At Zussman, somebody did that.
Yeah.
There's
hazards everywhere.
There's hazards everywhere, and I think some people when they get into airsoft, they're so like adrenaline filled, going full blown, they kind of forget what their surroundings are to forget to.
You have to take your time.
Yeah, I mean, it's very important that you take your time.
Mm-hmm.
I almost want to make fun of somebody right now.
No, don't do
that. I was gonna do it, but no.
All right, the Mr. Something. Have you guys ever seen someone purposefully play with only an awful gun, like spring pistol at events? If so, what were they?
Absolutely, we've seen this. Absolutely, I have done this. Absolutely, you've probably done this.
No.
Oh.
No, not me.
Yeah, no. I'd say the funniest one was that I've seen, one of the funnier guns. It wasn't a bad gun, but it was funny looking. I think it was either Bob Lee or ASG Bob, sorry, and his team. It was somebody from his team, I think, or him. They were playing the Somalis at Lion Claws 12.
Uh-huh.
And we were on the same team because we were playing Somalis too. But they took the AK and they made it look like really ghetto. Like they took a shovel, the end of a shovel, and put it where the stock was supposed to be. Because there's a picture of like some places they had their stock removed, so they made one out of the shovel handle. So they put that on there, and I just thought that was hilarious.
Wow.
So that was pretty funny.
I think the most ballsy I've seen someone play is that event we went down to ITS Stops, and I didn't get the guy's name. There was a guy there. Keep in mind, ITS Stops is a simulation game, so they've got real gunfire going on and explosions and
pyro.
Audio and pyro and things, and everyone's running and gunning with pretty high powered, 400 FPS max,
no
full
MED.
auto guns.
Yeah, no. I mean, it doesn't full
or no,
auto.
it was semi.
But it's no MED, so meaning
right,
no
and there's no minimum engagement distance, right?
Which we love.
And there's this dude running around, literally just pants, no battle belt, no shirt on, with a knife.
Rubber knife.
Just a rubber knife. And I'm like, how is he going to do this? And I remember one of the games, I'm running as fast as I can. All of a sudden, I hear this, and this guy flies over the wall and actually starts nailing people with his knife before he gets shot. Pretty ballsy.
And he was pretty bloody at the end of the day, too, right?
I'm sure. I stopped playing because I got shot in the crotch. So
we'll do one more. Was that my question? Or
yeah, I think that's.
I will be the last question of the first episode of the new year, 2015. Ballistic Hobo.
Ballistic Hobo.
Is that a pear patch that are usually on George's left arm?
This is a question for you. I don't remember.
Well, my left arm, no. I know what the patch you're talking about. You're talking about I've actually talked about it in an episode before.
Oh.
It's my ITS GrowAPair patch.
GrowAPair.
It's ITStactical.com. If you don't know about them, you should check them out. They do some cool stuff.
Fantastic website.
They have a lot of good resources for many different things, whether it's medical or things like lock picking.
Even more than just purchasing. They've got an entire website full of guides and
like
learning tools.
Like I learned a lot from radios on their radio guide, stuff like that. We picked up stuff, medical stuff. The lock
got
pick.
a great section on knots. Excuse me, on
knots,
tying knots. They've got a great section on lock picking if you want to learn how to pick locks for whatever reason.
Yeah, and you can even buy kits to practice on. Like it's basically like a clear lock package, and you can kind of learn. It's kind of a cool, unique skill to have.
And they do great reviews on real world gear and
sometimes, yeah. But
I remember there was an article I was reading about scalable gear and scalable plate carriers, and I got a lot of inspiration on how to run my loadout from making it a multi-adaptable, loadout.
They're cool guys. So that's a patch from them that I usually have on. I changed some of my patches up to some more that fit my taste. That's probably another hobby, as I do have a lot of patches, and I mean a lot of patches.
You do have a lot of patches. You have several patch walls, right?
Yeah, I just built another one the other day.
My patch wall is the trunk of my car. I Velcro them all to the...
Okay, well the thing is I have patch wall for like Airsoft event patches. I have one patch wall for that. I have any Airsoft related patches.
Okay.
I have another patch wall that all it is just my Modus collection.
Oh, wow.
I have another patch wall that's my Prometheus Design Works collection. I have another patch. I have like two of those. I have one for Orca. I have one for it just
George,
goes on and on.
You may have a problem.
Yeah, no, I do. But it's cool. It's cool.
It is cool.
I
would like to see.
I'm a member of Patch Wars Anonymous and everything else. Oh yeah.
There's a thing for that?
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of different ones.
Patch Wars Anonymous.
All right. Well.
All right. Okay. Well, then, was there anything else we wanted to talk about in closing? Do we want to do a theme for the next episode?
Yeah, let's do a theme.
Okay.
Let's do a theme. What ideas do you have for a theme? I want to do a theme. We got to hurry the camera.
What have we done so far?
We've done events.
Tactics.
We've done tactics. We've done gear, I think, right? The gear one was really popular. So we want to do another gear one?
Yeah.
All right, let's do another gear one. Talk about gear, any type of gear.
Any gear-related questions you guys have, loadouts, or if you have a question about gloves, boots, if you're looking for a new combat uniform.
Put all those comments in the question below. Word your question simple, and we'll be able to get to it. All that kind of stuff. You guys get the gist. Yeah. So
if you didn't see a question answered in this video that you wanted to see, check back through our old editions of the Not So Round Table. You may just have had your question answered already. Like I said, we try to do our best to put in new questions to the helmet so we don't get a whole lot of repeats. Once in a while, we get one that slips through. But if you are keeping up with the series, asking new questions is a great way to keep things fresh here on the Not So Round Table and keep things from getting stale and mundane. That's why we're going to start doing more of the themed episodes and bringing on even more guests than we had last year. We got some great lineups for this year. We'll see you guys next time.